Rimworld, land of hopes and dreams for little Rimrims across the world. Psychic Drone, thank you. Welcome back to Rimworld. Thank you very much for the past couple of days while I've been very suddenly indisposed to deal with some shit that was occurring. I'm back, and I can try and fix some of the things that broke in my haste during the past few episodes. So, first thing then, a lot of people wanted me to load back to before the ship was destroyed, only purely for science here, and I agree that purely for science it's a good idea, so that we can see how effective our current ship would be against archotech level ships. See how they would actually, see how our ship would have fared up if the laser was connected. Because realistically, almost all of our ship's focus was on the laser, right? And what we ended up fighting that archotech drone with yesterday, or whenever that came out, 38 large railgun turrets, 18 laser turrets, a handful of relatively small plasma turrets too there, coupled by 2 torpedo volleys, and that was it. There's no surprise we really lost. Without the laser, I think things were in a pretty precarious situation. What I've done is I've gone ahead and connected that up back to the way it was. And I've also, through the power of just magic, basically also let us continue on from where we were before. So it's like we've taken the progress we made after the ship was destroyed and the ship itself and mashed them together. So here we are, back in a world where the ship didn't quite go down yet. Granted, I really like Mondo's Great Escape and the Rescue of Joris, but I want to be able to test this ship. After we've tested it, after we've seen the effects, hey, we might still get wiped out, who knows? Then we can get an assessment for what we need to do with the ship when we finish the archotech research. On the subject of that, of course, everyone pointed out the fact that we should have the archotech research bench. Apparently, we got 225 from the first incident that gave us the archotech. That was enough to build a bench. 170, you can see that, enough to build a bench and build a wrench too. So we didn't need to delete that, but I've gone ahead and put that back down. Again, we are losing things to just kind of glitches in the pack, reloading, like for example when I reloaded we lost all the tiles that we put down there because that was all originally silver tiles, I believe. When we reloaded, like all of our, one of these had popped and we had shit thrown everywhere. I have a feeling that's what happened to the archotech. Obviously that only took 65 resources or whatever it is for the wrench. Doesn't explain where the other 180 or whatever went. So yeah, we've got ourselves an archotech research bench, which is apparently the implied method of progression. Bear in mind, this thing gives a crazy amount of bonuses to that there. It's times 15 because we built it out of archotech. When we tidied up the room, fixed the tiles, I did accidentally take one of these out and it caused the bloody roof to fall in there. Got a little robot down too, which I suppose I can activate. But we'll repair the tiles. The temperature needs to be fixed as well. But of course, other focus is on the overkill box from last time. So I'll get somebody to come over and sort this out very quickly. In fact, we could get Ironhead to do that, right? You're more than capable. And when we've tested out the actual laser against that archotech drone, whether we win or lose, we will probably have to take apart the ship either way. We spent a lot of time and effort on it. But it's going to get very quickly outclassed by ships of a smaller design. Unless we... Because bear in mind, with the size of the ship we've got, plus the technology that little ship had equipped, we would be absurdly powerful. Bear in mind, in that, it's all about area, right? And in that small area, in what was essentially a circumference of about 15 blocks, that ship packed more firepower than this entire thing. So if we were to pack the same amount of firepower per square meter into this thing, it would be absurd. Which is why I'm thinking a more efficient design just overall would make way more sense. Better engines, that way we use less room for the engines. Gives us more room for heat sinks, but sure, the heat sink's going to need different room capacities and things like that. It would still make sense to pull the ship apart and start fresh. But I do like it. I think it's our probably best spaceship design we've come up with. Granted, we've only really got one other. I think we've actually still got the blueprint for it, right? Our moon-based spaceship that we launched over. Again, aesthetically pleasing. Kind of Millennium Falcon-esque. But no one, compare that. Like, this ship was an entire base that basically filled the same thing. Compare the size of that one from our last series to this one, too. My god, this ship is, incredibly inefficient for its size, isn't it? That's actually a really good point made in Discord by someone who said basically the smaller torpedo tubes would make more sense because only one thing can interact and load a torpedo launcher at once. For an initial volley, sure, they're fantastic, but it would make more sense to have a lot of separate torpedo tubes, each one with its own dedicated hauling bot. That way, for consistent fire rate, those would massively outclass the capital torpedo launcher. So I guess keep one of these for the initial volley. Maybe a mixture of like EMP torpedoes, anti-ton torpedoes, something like that. And then build a load of torpedo tubes for a sustained volley following that one up. But you've got to bear in mind, of course, this kind of the footprint that this thing has is the equivalent of the 6-shot torpedo launcher from regular Save Our Ship. So these torpedo tubes obviously represent that. You can fit 6 of those inside one of these. So it's going to take up a massive footprint by comparison, but it will allow us to be far more efficient with actually loading it down. Another pod, if we were to redesign this, another pod specifically just for torpedo launchers and hauling bots would make a lot of sense. But things are quite slow right now, even on speed 4. Building this entire thing is seriously tanking things because you've got so many people working on the same job, so many hauling bots coming up back and forth as well. It's a lot for the game to kind of handle that, plus everything going on up here as well. So I'll give them a lot of time. I'll probably give them like 20 minutes or so just to get that finished up and built, and then after that we'll see how things are holding up, and then we could potentially even start designing a new ship on the kind of dry dock here before this one even gets destroyed. You know, we could kind of preempt it, keep this thing going as long as possible, and then if it starts being destroyed again, we can swap things out. Spent a little while working on some kind of quality of life stuff, really. So I've replaced all of the ship hull with just regular steel, put down some silver tiles, that type of thing too. Otherwise, I talked about this very briefly, but like the barracks does count as barracks, it counts as ship. Dining room doesn't count as a dining room, it counts as a ship. Same with the bedrooms. So I've gone ahead and swapped all those out. Hopefully it'll also help with the frame rate a little bit too, because it's not kind of a specialized structure anymore. It's just generic building number 2. I put in a vacuum hopper as well, which will help suck up any of this crap just in case things get full up. I don't think they will now that we've got now that we've got Stack XL2 on top of that. What else did I do here? Stuck down some more wind turbines just to speed things. Oh, and more capacitors too, because we just don't have the capacitance needed for the power grid. I want to make sure our lights never turn off. Let's put it that way. Research is coming along really nicely. We're actually almost done. I wanted to kind of hold out, but it's taken longer than I expected. I didn't want to, you know, just jump to, here's our paradise of a base. Killbox is coming along really, really nicely, actually. The frame rate is slightly better now that they've almost finished their work here, but we've got this spare structure up here. What's it doing with this? Oh, that was going to be a factory. That's it. A factory producing components, steel, uranium slugs, basically ammo for all of this crap out here. I remember now. But yeah, that's almost done. So when this is ready and open for business, we'll drill a hole in the wall and get rid of all this crap. And then with that, we can build everyone's specialized bedrooms rather than having them all just sleeping in a barracks room there. Although I think it counts as extremely impressive. Yeah, it does. Are you all right with that? Yeah, plus 3 points for that. That's quite cool. Okay, so now we can start designing the next tier of the SS Joris. We've got to call it, like, the SS Wojtek or something, right? In honor of our fallen boy. Let's see what we've got. Now, this is gonna... Ooh, Eli's Wolverines have broken down. They're now hostile to me. Oh. Those are the really tough ones, aren't they, that we fought right at the start, and they absolutely clapped us. For the people on the ground, then, on Earth, we might want to throw some better armor out there. We might want to put together some real high-end, kind of heavy marine armor or something like that. Anyway, let's take a look at what... Ooh, hello. Oh, look at all this stuff. Archotech Hive Mind. What the fuck does that thing do? I have absolutely no idea. I couldn't begin to describe it. It just says a load of stuff. Okay, that's always good. Archotech Workbench. Fabricate some Arco Jazz. Okay, we've got, do I have to build that out of, we have to use Arco Matter for that, right? We've got Hypercapacitors, Inactive Zero Crystals. We've been growing a shitload of those, so I think we've probably got, oh man, look at how much they can store, and look at the size of the actual unit. That's insane. We've got Nanotech Chem Reactor. We've got Nanotech Archotech Reactor. Okay, what does that do for us? Medium amounts of long-term power. Okay. We've got Archotech Toolbox. Very efficient toolbox for your crafting benches. Speed up your skill. Maximum 50. Wait, we can attach 50 of those per workbench? That's insane. Research toolbox. Obviously, they're quite good. 5 for research. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down the back there. We've got an Arco Matter Combiner. Oh, look at that. That's useful. A machine capable of harvesting particles around it to create a strange material called Arco Matter. Why, yes, we'll be taking a couple of those. How much Arco Matter have we got left? We can't have very many at all, can we? Hang on. Arco Matter. We've got 5. Hooray! Brilliant. Okay, that's a start, I guess. We'll have to build those. I mean, obviously, they'll be exponential. So when we build 1, we'll build 2. From those 2, we'll be able to stick down another 2, etc., etc. So that dedicates just Arco Algae, right? We've got an Arco Light, which is the really, really bright light, isn't it? Fine. We've got an Aronis Meat Grower. That's basically what we had going on down there, so that's fine as well. Large Archotech engines. Cannot be used for takeoff, but I assume is far more efficient than what we've got already. So that's quite nice to see. Let's see what we picked up here. So we've seen these before, haven't we? Yeah, they're all like the same. Starburst cannon. God knows what that is. Very low on heat cap, but high on energy. Goes through everything. Oh, interesting. I think the one thing we have in abundance on this ship is energy. 40,000 watts excess with 2.9 million stored. I think we should be able to afford a couple of those. And low on heat as well is quite nice. Why don't we put down a couple of those, see how they work. Okay, and what else we got here? Obviously, capital torpedo launcher, and then an Arco Shuttle, which sounds like it'd be quite useful just to have, bearing in mind the shuttle fiasco we had last time. Can we continue on with the research without any of the other... We don't need, like, the... Oh, cool, okay. We'll move on, then. I didn't know if we needed, say, the research toolbox or something like that to act as a new multi-analyzer type structure to limit the research, but no, we can just carry on. That was 700,000, this one's 51,000, so really we're going to be blitzing through the rest of the tree now. I think our old kill box, in hindsight, only ended up, what, taking out all those elk? it was the elk and the boar or something like that. Anyway, we've got our Arco Matter Combiner, and in 5.1 days we get another 25 Arco Matter. Now, to build those laser cannons, I'll have to shuttle someone up, because none of these idiots in space have the high enough construction skill to do it. So let's put down... what do I want to put down? I want to put down some sort of spaceship. Personal shuttle. No. Let's take a heavy cargo shuttle. Let's get one of those built. And let's ship Mondo, I think Mondo, up to space so that he can oversee the... construction there. We'll get all of these idiots on, like, repair or something. We'll put that as their highest priority because they just don't have the skills to do anything up here. Now finished Archotherium. Drugs in space, highly dangerous. That sounds incredible. That's obviously the upgrade of Luciferium, I would assume. So this one takes us up to Arco Matter Reconstruction. Cybernetic Dragon Hive? Pizza vending machine. Okay. New kill box is finished as well. Everything is breaking down so fucking fast. Good God. Look at it. This stuff hasn't even fired and it's all just breaking down. It's so consistent. Or I guess inconsistent. Right, so over here we obviously want our... Do we even need factories to produce the stuff needed for this? Uranium rods? I mean, what do we need? Just drills for uranium and steel and plasteel stored in its own little area away from... But even then, we could just do output ports, IO ports in here and allow them to get over there a bit quicker. Not a terrible idea. I guess we'll do that. And then we could have a door... I think they can walk through them, can't they? So if we put a door like there, that way they can at least walk through and get to repairing things easier. So we'll do that instead. We'll just take these IO ports and install them in here. This would make sense turned into a prison. In hindsight, that would make much more sense for a prison than... Because we don't have a prison right now, do we? That means I could expand the hospital and make it a proper hospital with some of the new stuff we've got, like the dermal regenerators. We could connect those two up there. Flesh this out a little bit and make it a bit better than it is right now, and then turn this into a prison instead. We'll still put down some IO ports and whatnot. Actually, we could do that in there as kind of like the I don't know, kind of like mechanics area. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I'm going to commit to that. We'll turn this, especially because we've now got that new kind of hyper-tech faction as our enemies. I think a dedicated prison wouldn't go amiss. So we'll do something like this. We need a room big enough to actually chuck some turrets down. What on earth are you thinking there? Just to put a couple of turrets down, kind of a multi-tier system there. Even just if it slows them down by like a little bit, then that's more than fine. I wish we had the mod that had the kind of stun traps again. The laser traps. Those were really, really good last time. Fucking hell, how am I royally screwing this up every time? Done some maintenance hatches across the kill box then so we can get in and sort things out. Can't really put a door anywhere around that side, can we? Let's reinstall that one down. And then we'll also put that one over. Then we can put doors behind where they were, just to let our people move through. What have I done there? Oh, that one's already in there. Hang on. Oh, no, is it not equidistant? What the hell have I fucked up there? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Things are fine. Everything is okay. That way, if people die in the kill boxes too, we can get out there a lot quicker. Right, so got that there, got that there. We've got a door coming through there. The only problem is if they die like all the way up here, it's going to be quite a long trek to get them back to the hospital, especially because they'll have to climb over turrets and shit. We'll just have to stabilize at that point if it comes down to it. That's assuming they don't just drop pod in, which of course is probably a much more relevant and much bigger concern. Hey, there we go. Okay, so we got Archotech reconstruction done as well. Hydromeat cultivation, don't really need that, but we might as well. Unlocks a meat lab, whatever the hell that is. Incredible. 4.1 days left on that one, and I think the kill box is more or less ready to go now. Fantastic. Hypothermia. Welsh Dave? Welsh Dave, what the hell are you doing in there? Seeking safe... What the hell was he doing? Maybe something broke down. Bear in mind our cooling areas of the ship. It's like minus 220, you fucking idiot. We need to not let them go in there, basically ever. Is he going to drop down before he gets out? He actually might. 60%. It's when it gets to 70. Oh, no, it's not. It's way earlier than that. Rescue Welsh Dave. What a fool. Oh, man, this is getting dangerous. Shit. Yeah, we need to forbid those doors. We had it set up that way last time, didn't we? There we are. We finished Archotech cooling in the blink of an eye there. Because Archomatter reactor, Archomatter heaters, and Inferno heaters. Then we got passive cooler and sub-zero cooler as well. Okay. Archotech weaponry gives Archo armor and Archo helmet, along with a bunch of other really powerful looking stuff. Spinal barrel dominator. Hello. We could swap out our laser for whatever the hell that is. Okay, I'm in. Good God, how much research? That's 9 million. I'm gonna put on Mondo, and I don't think we need any resources, or we don't need any resources that we can't produce up there. We've got identical systems, essentially. Right, good shit. So we'll leave them to finish off the... Let them finish off the kind of prison area. I've gone for some very cramped rooms. Each one has its own fridge port there too, so you haven't even got to worry about feeding them, just recruiting. Let's get you launched up to our lovely spaceship. Shuttles must be fully fueled to travel to or from orbit. Damn it. Should have learned that lesson last time, huh? But I did ask them to take apart the other storage units, because of course with Stack XXL, we don't need the 4 units before. We could just stick them all in the same thing now. They've taken it apart, and I'll be honest with you, God knows where the resources have gone. They've all just completely disappeared. All we've got now is this. Everything has disappeared. Like, literally everything is gone, and I don't know where it's gone to. Sure, we've got our kind of output ports over here, but that's it. That's a bit cursed. They didn't go in the ship freezer, did they? No. It's got nothing in it shouldn't have. Well, besides arguably the medicine, but of course that just is to include Herbal's medicine. What the fuck has happened? Well, never mind. We didn't really need that stuff anyway, I guess. There's nothing, again, that we can't just craft ourselves. Right, let's try this again. You up to the spaceship. What are you talking about? Oh, you actually need a shuttle bay to land on it. Well, we didn't have one last time. What the hell are you talking about? Last time we just dropped it there, didn't we not? Okay. This gets more and more confusing. Okay, so we need a shuttle bay now then. Bollocks. What the hell am I going to take apart to put down a... Will a shuttle bay fill the same area as this? Because, to be fair, we do have a... I mean, it's going to take away the quarter of our excess. But if we can fit it there, I guess that works. It's not ideal, though. Oh, but we also sent these guys up before without needing a shuttle bay as well. I feel like I'm losing my mind here. Okay, never mind. Luckily, that does fit, thank God. Apparently, we haven't got enough steel, but that's also not going to take too long to churn that out either. Or I assume they are working on that, yeah? Oh, well, I guess we haven't really... Oh, now it says we've got 70,000 watts. Have we got 2 separate power grids? Or is it the solar panels have just kicked in? It's probably a bit more likely. Right, let's see if we can do this now. Send up to you. There we are. I wonder why last time we were together... Is that why the bridge was destroyed? No, because we were still in combat. I honestly don't know. And again, we sent these people up without needing a shuttle bay before. Weird. How the hell did I do that then? God knows. Well, anyway, here we are. Mondo will be here any minute now, and then we can get to work on those Starfire cannons, which I believe... I might be mistaken, but I believe that's what the Archotech drone that we fought before was using against us. So assuming we've got enough heat capacity, we might be able to match it in terms of firepower. Well, hopefully overmatch it in terms of firepower. Now this bloody thing's connected and online. Okay, here we are. I would like from you... Oh, we still need to check what some of this new stuff does, huh? I would like, firstly, what the hell do we need for those? 50 arco matter, so that's going to be a while yet, but we've got enough zero crystals, certainly. Architect, nano constructor, again, it's all arco matter that we just simply can't afford right now. These starburst cannons, though, are an exception to that, in that they only need traditional, let's call it, resources. Where the hell am I going to put you, though? We could run them along the shaft, for lack of better word. Let's put down a couple. It would probably take them a while to actually get all of this stuff in place, though, right? And I don't think we have any way to create advanced components automatically up here, which is worth remembering. So you guys are just going to shit out all the resources we need. Right, so resources themselves aren't a concern here. We need some way of constructing advanced components. Do I have any way? Are you doing that? Antigrain warhead, antigrain warhead. Right, so ideally we need to grab from this a bill to make advanced components and attach it to one of those. We also need a recipe disk and a machine frame. Balls. Okay, let's send you back to the planet to pick up advanced components and all that other stuff. After a slight game crash, we do have a ship battle coming for us. So it's literally just a second started reloading in on the autosave. So it has just kicked off the battle. We've launched our first volley of weapons. They have launched a volley at us, and immediately, within the first shot, maxed out our heat capacity. So I've taken the executive decision to turn off all the shields. Otherwise, we can't shoot back. So, and at that point, what's the point of even fighting now? We're just going to get railed. So I figured let's turn the shields off and let's just give them hell. So the first torpedo volley is away there, and we're going to see, hopefully that'll do some damage. Don't like that at all. Masterwork, that's great. Thank you for interrupting. They've got regular torpedoes coming in. I mean, they're probably going to do a bit of a heavy hit on us, to be honest, seeing as our shields are down. But without our shields, we can't fire back. I don't know how they maxed out our heat capacity so fast. That was just insane. It was absolutely insane. Our torpedoes are just over the halfway point. I'm rushing us, basically, to get within range of laser as soon as possible, because they've got more plasma weapons and more railguns than us. Both spinal barrels for each of those weapons. So we need to get within laser range so we've got our firepower even viable. They could quite literally just keep the range they are in now, and we would not be able to stop them. We are getting fucking pounded. We're getting seriously pounded, but I feel like, unlike the Arco drone, there's at least hope for this one. Well, I don't know. Maybe that was maybe a little apprehensive. Man, some of these explosions are ripping us apart. I've actually got obviously I've got our engines there on full blast so that we can try and close as soon as possible into them. Our torpedoes are very, very close to hitting as well. Now, their shields broke before we'd even sent a shot out. So I think they overloaded their own... banks before we could obviously even get a shot off on them here. So this ship is kind of a weird combination of Arco and regular. It seems to bridge the gap between Arco ships and, you know, our type of ship. We've got unpowered ship hull there, and then Arco matter shielded hulls. But I'm hoping we can get some... Oh, here come our torpedoes. Look at this. Man, I think we might actually win this. I think it's going to be bloody close, though. Look, they've got all these weird Arco tiles down. As long as our torpedoes can kind of thread the gap, we might be able to get some really, really nice loot out of this. Come on. I'm banking entirely on their shield being there, by the way. If we can break their heat capacity, they won't be able to counterfire. It looks as if they're using regular heat capacitors, too. Man, these anti-ton torpedoes are seriously fucking them up. I think I'm going to have to speed this bit up a little. Pretty much gutted their ship then, so they can't move anymore. Let's put our engines back on and advance forward. I was going to wait for that to clear up before we pressed the advantage. Oh, God, we got some more shots coming in. I am genuinely so surprised they've got any heat capacity remaining to fire weapons. I thought they'd be super, super overloaded, especially after we just destroyed the majority of their heat sinks too. Yikes, look at that coming in. Man. Okay, we're good. We've just got to get within weapons range. We've got still more than enough engines to hopefully push us there. The engines, to be fair, the engines on the hard point's taking absolutely the brunt of the damage right now. Oh. Why'd you always do this to me? I just want my laser to fire. Is that so fucking difficult? Evidently so. Well, let's just get in and finish this off then. I'm hoping the laser turrets that we've got kind of strapped to the inside here will be more than sufficient. There we go. Speak of the devil. Well, still another fight without a bloody laser gun, but they've got a shitload of lasers too, so this is probably going to be quite a Pyrrhic victory if we even fucking win it at this stage. Where are our lasers hitting them? I have absolutely no idea. We kind of aimed around here, right? Oh, is that what it's hitting there? It's hard to tell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Oh, there we go. There we go. If we survive, there's going to be plenty of arco matter, assuming we survive. Let's try and get a bit more zoomed out here, and then we'll speed things up again. How's our ship holding up? I couldn't even begin to tell you. Our hull is, like, barely even taking any damage at all from their lasers. But I think we're doing an alright job because we're kind of focusing. They're going absolutely fucking everywhere. How long till these can fire again? 9.9 seconds. What about, like, our railguns? We got 10 seconds on those. 10 seconds is obviously a long time right now. That's like a minute or two of gameplay. Let's stop the engines. We need to get people just refueling and reloading immediately. So we're going to say even the smaller torpedo launchers. Let's go ahead and just go anti-sun. That's going to be the only way I think we can win this. So let's just get you guys all on refueling. Mondo, fuel. You, load. You on... Cannot load that one, no torpedoes. I think you're a fucking liar. Oh, because someone else is reserving it. Ooh. Well, let's change that then to... hang on, I can solve this. Right, let's go anti-ton torpedo. There we are. Same with this one as well. Let's clear all anti-ton. And then we'll have to put a limitation on these other ones just to ensure that we're not... you know, we don't need more than one, to be fair, per port on the output, but that's okay. Right, we'll do something like that. There we are. And now it should work. Oh, no. Hang on. Give me a second just to sort out my torpedoes. Did I not finish off setting up the maximum properly? No, evidently not. Right, let's try that again. Excuse me. 10 maximum. Right, you. 10. That's got 15 maximum. That's what I can find. So those should go back into the system. And then we should output some here. No, because maximum didn't work it. Help me. My God, it's so slow. Everything is so freaking slow. Yeah, 19. Fine. Not a problem. There we go. Boom. Torpedoes for everybody. Right, okay. Now we get... So you're already refueling. Welsh Dave, what are you doing? You're already loading. Hooperstank, you're on that one. And Stinky Britches, you're on that one. Okay, we can fire 4 simultaneous torpedoes, but it's taking a bloody long time to reload the capital launcher. That's how we're going to win this. Honestly, struggling to tell if we're doing any damage to them at all here. There are explosions going on, sure, but I feel like the actual damage to the hull is negligible. If I can clip this one without crashing the game, I will tell you. 600 out of 1,000. All we've got to do is cut through here, and I have a feeling that the bridge has got to be in this bit, right? And if it's not, it's a gamble that has really, really, really not paid off. Sorry, I've got to ask. Why are you outside? Why are you outside? How did you get outside? He must have ran over the gun there. So Mondo is probably dead, because he's decided to once again take a laser to the chin, which is very much on brand with Mondo. I can't really do much to control it either, because the game is... I don't know if it's not showing up in the video, actually, because of the way OBS captures things, but it is white screening and not white screening, or white screening and not white screening, basically between every laser attack. So, we'll admit, not the most pleasant remote experience I've ever had. Another 7.1 seconds. Only another 7 seconds. Only another 6.9 seconds, for fuck's sake. Oh my God. I feel like we've taken it to its absolute limit, and we haven't even scratched the surface of the really ridiculous stuff yet, and it just can't continue, can it? Oh man. Good God, we actually cut through. Wow. So we've cut through into the central structure. There's a big room in there, and it's got breathable atmosphere. So if there's a bridge that is potential that ship somewhere, I'm feeling it's there. Only another 4.1 seconds before we can fire again. The actual ship hull of our ship is holding up quite nicely. I think the hull flame dispensers have a lot to really take credit for. Hull foam is holding up. Again, hull foam isn't really the be-all end-all. Mondo's still not inside. When was that? You're kidding me. That was 16 minutes ago when he was supposed to be hit by the freaking laser. Things are going a little faster now. We haven't got to worry about a constant laser influx, though. He is still extremely high, but not too terrible. Yes, here we go. Come on, railguns. On the plus side, these railguns might do a good amount of damage. They've actually taken out a lot of our railgun hardpoints there, haven't they? Shit. Come on. 2 seconds. Well, not 2 seconds. 0.2 seconds. There. Are they away? The plasma gun's fired. That's good. Did our railguns fire and I missed it, or what happened there? Shit. Let's try it again. Hang on. Maybe they are firing. I'm in the process of firing. No, they're not firing, are they? Shit. Okay, hang on. Weapons, and fire at that. Go. And go. And go. Any minute now. You're gonna see a laser. Why are they not firing? Excuse me. I kind of had my hopes and dreams banked on you, and you've really royally fucked this up. Why are they not firing? Because we don't have the heat capacity, perhaps. We've only got, like, what, 71,000 free there? Or am I misunderstanding how these work? Is it like they work fine there, but they don't work fine in red? All weapons can fire, railguns are highly inaccurate. Oh, no, they can still fire, they just won't. For some reason that I can't quite decipher. Maybe they take a while to kind of spin up? Maybe that's what's going on? Aha! Yes, it was exactly that. They just took a second. Right, okay. Now, I'm hoping they might do enough damage here to open things up so we can have a look. I want to be able to see what's in this room before we launch our torpedoes. Whenever we get around to eventually firing those torpedoes. What the hell is even that? Hello? Archomatter infected dragon? Well, there's the bridge. We've got one shot to take it down because that was a plasteel auto door. So this shit has, what is that, 1 million hit points? Basically, the only way we can destroy the ship is by taking out the ship bridge. There is no way in fuck, I mean, obviously, but there is no way in fuck we're going to be able to destroy these walls. We have to somehow thread the needle and get a shot right down the middle there. And that's never going to happen. I think we're dead again, is the point I'm getting at. We could just retreat, but there's so much stuff potentially to loot. I need to give it a go. Come on. Let's see if we can just maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe one of these little cannon shots will manage to somehow fit through and kill it dead. I mean, it's unlikely, but there is a very, very, very tiny chance, right? Do you have the occasional torpedo coming in? Although that one just whiffed and didn't do any fucking damage. That's already damage output, and you can't whiff. Oh, the shockwave carried through. We cut that chunk off, and then a shockwave carried through and killed the bridge. Thank fucking God for that. I'm free. Dobby is free. Jesus, that was a slog. Man, the ship battle alone, how long was that going on for? Oh, it wasn't that bad. It was only 52 minutes. Shit, that was intense. I never thought that was going to end. Christ almighty. And the only reason we won was because a shockwave went through the door and hit the bridge. If the ship bridge was there, we'd have been screwed. Oh, man. How did our ship hold up, though? Our ship held up actually really well. You know, the hull foam dispensers did a good job there. The only real things we lost were the hard points, but everything else is intact. Shit, we need to land this ship and pull it apart. Because this, I mean, from a meta perspective of not only it being obviously inefficient in-game, but my God, the frame rate just shits itself. And I have 24 hours a day to make an episode. Not viable. Not SS Joris Bjornson, you are too large and too frame rate killing. Good God. Well, we might as well see what salvage we get, and then we can take the salvage from this, we can land it, and we can build a new SS Joris Bjornson with Archomatter. Let's do it. Salvage enemy ship, all the Archomatter, ours. I'm taking the whole fucking lot. I imagine there'll be quite a lot, because I think we ended up destroying quite a lot of the structure there. Give it a second. Oh, sorry, I got to unload. My bad. Haha, what? What are you talking about? What? Is it gone? It's gone! No! I did not just sit here for an hour watching ships blow up at 1 frame a minute to get nothing out of it. Oh, it just gave us everything? What the fuck's going on? Oh, we're getting drop pods of something. Hang on. What did it do? Oh, no. Fucking no. Ooh, that's That's fucked me right off. There we are. Oh, another ship battle instantly. Appreciate that. Oh, it's the same fucking ship. Nope, I'm okay. What did we get out of that last ship battle then? We definitely got something. Was there anything of note? No, we didn't. We didn't get anything. What the fuck happened? No, their bridge exploded. How tragic. Right, okay. We'll try it again. I don't know why it won't let us salvage these ships, but evidently something's... Yeah, that's really not... Except, there you go. Problem solved. Right, let's land this fucking ship and let's take it apart. Something's horribly broken here. Let's put down the Joris, take it apart. Just take this shit apart. We might keep the heat sinks in their current kind of setup. And I might keep the gun as well, but everything else has just got to go. The poor game just can't handle it. Poor Rimworld, we've really taken it just too far. No. No, 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 no. I did not just spend 40 minutes trying to get that ship to land. What? That's not even the right place. What are you talking about? That's not even remotely right. It's landed off the fucking map. Oh my god, I can't play any more Rimworld today. I'm seriously so tempted just to give up on this fucking thing. Holy shit. I've had to watch a PowerPoint for the past hour, spend the past 40 minutes struggling to land the friggin' ship, which is why I deleted the entire lab deleted, this thing deleted so that it could fit, and even then it lands in the wrong friggin' place. I think I'm going to keep the gun. Everything else is going. Literally every other part of the ship is going. Some of it didn't even clone down correctly. Good news, the game crashed. So here we are, back to when everything's still in place. How much did we lose on the planet? Okay, so everything looks about the same there. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm really losing interest very quickly in this series, and it's basically all been down to what's happened today. I mean, the highlight is supposed to be the ship battles. The ship battles are like fucking PowerPoint slideshows, and all the stuff in between is so finicky. It's really fucking me off. It's not fun. It's not fun. That's what it boils down to here. Leave it with me. I need to go back to the drawing board and see really what I can do with things. You know, it comes down to how watchable things are and how much fun I'm having with it does come second. I don't believe either of them have been achieved this episode, even remotely. So if the space battles continue to be a complete lag fest, we'll have to come back to save our ship in the future. I can't do another series of it, and we'll just have to make it so it's just a mod pack that has only save our ship. Because it's not feasible otherwise to have ship battles that don't even average a frame rate a minute. You know, it's not fun to watch and it's not fun to play. So that comes primary. That will always come primary. Let's see what we can do with a kind of pseudo-fresh start here with the archotech research going along. Still got a long way before we get to weaponry and whatnot, but with some archotech research, with the ability to now generate arco matter and whatnot, we'll see where we can go from there. Maybe just play for an in-game month or whatever on peaceful, just till we churn out some shit, and then start fresh with a new design. I like the idea of the full spawner capacitor. I think it's still a fun idea, but it's just not. You know, it's not. The game can't handle it. So I'll upload this episode early. Bear in mind, I got home from my very sudden trip at midnight, and I didn't have chance to make an episode for today, so I was making this episode early to go up tomorrow, but I'll put this episode up today because it's shit. And then tomorrow I'll do a proper episode later where we start work on the archotech stuff. So this one comes with a caveat of watch at your own peril, basically. And then we'll go from there. I just want you guys to be able to actually see what really goes on behind the scenes, because this is all the stuff. Like, this episode is a perfect example of an episode that, in the regular circumstances, I would scrap and reload and start again. But I've learned so much this episode, I don't want to just say, hey, I deleted the ship, because otherwise people are obviously going to be upset, and I need to demonstrate why that is. Why that this ship is just not viable. Why that, in our current situation, it is basically unplayable. So, tomorrow then. Fresh start, hopefully. Fresh start, fresh attitude, fresh thing going forward. Also, my headphones are flat, so I can't record anymore now, even if I wanted to. Thank you, in the meantime, to our executive producers for making the channel possible in the first place, for allowing me to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours a day watching lasers at 1 frame a second. Thank you to Devorder, Scott L, The Monk, Christian Blue, Dave Ash, I Stab Cows, Moira, Emily, Alex, Mr. Moma, Sideshow C, Layla, Callum James 3, Ellaby, Dumgit, Gwen Gunn, one of Daz, and everyone else at the executive producer tiers over on Coffee as well for making the channel possible. Big thank you to you all for sticking with me during these fucking just weird episodes and weird times. A big shout out as well goes out to Ribbit, Panther Pearl, Athar, Monster, Noises Dungeon, Dancing Lucifer, Conchawabi, Groggy, Ray Karinga, Sanet Lover, Madness, Elnada, Sturmcrower, Pyrotica, and Ultra Spider 2000 for their support as well. See you guys all tomorrow. Let's fix this shit.